on July the 2nd, 2024. This is, I can't tell. No, that's still just as dark. Now, if I left that up, that's the sun in my eyes. Lord. It'd be hard to, that looks backlit. Every way looks backlit. Y'all, maybe I need to turn my car around. But then if I go do that, there we go. Okay, let's just choose a filter. I'm sorry, y'all. One that kind of brightens it up a little bit. That looks decent, doesn't it? But y'all know that I have to stream because I don't have any storage on my device. It's going to be a while. And then even when I do gain storage on my device, when my phone records a video that is longer than like 2 minutes, it will take hours to upload. So I don't know. I don't like fooling with all of that. I want to just get the message out or the story out or whatever I'm trying to say out. So just for being able to document everything, I kind of take a blow when it comes to quality. I'm sorry, guys. Eventually, one day, as I grow, I'm hoping that everything grows and kind of shifts into place. Right now, I do think what God wants me to do is just get the stories out, right? Okay, so today I had on my heart, I have not been on this channel, my other channel, on my TikTok. I have not really been doing anything but the bare necessities and working and just tending to my daughter. My daughter just had my grandson. So I have two grandchildren now. I have my one daughter, two grandchildren. Y'all know for so long I have longed to have a baby that was mine in my arms. And I am here to let you know that grandchildren feel just like your own children, to be honest with you. So in a way, I still got my children, right? So I have been tending to my daughter and my grandson. So I haven't really been able to do anything creative. So this is really my first video that I'm recording, like actually sitting down talking, and not really my vlogging or whatever, since, before last week when my daughter was going to be induced and all of that. But I want to tell the story of how this narcissistic hold over my life broke. Now, y'all know that I have mentioned several times, I have been going and skimming through my old channel and moving some of the content over here that does kind of align with chosen one, narcissistic abuse, things like that. Because that is something that chosen ones go through, right? I started moving some of that content over here so that it has a better home, a better fit. It fits better over here than on my other channel, right? So y'all know that if you've watched any of those videos, that when I turned 40, y'all already know that I thought 40 was the end of the line. My life in no way turned out the way that I envisioned as a young girl. I never could have imagined I would be where I am right now. I had the sky's the limit dreams, and I didn't achieve them by 30. And I thought, okay, I'm going to have grace on myself. I'm going to give me a little bit more time because some people need more time than others. And I gave myself to 40. If I don't get to where I'm supposed to be by 40, something is wrong with me. And y'all know 40 came, and my 40th birthday was so crazy. Like literally, it was too much. I had just graduated from college. My daughter and I went to college together. My husband had I just lost my visitations with him. which my husband was wrongfully convicted, incarcerated, and I raised our daughter, together with my husband through prison visits. That's not this channel, but that is something I have been through, and that I'm going through. So that's how we stayed together. And when I was 40, they set me up upon going to a visitation, and they were able to eliminate my visitations. And they said it was going to be indefinite. So at 40, I realized that my husband would not no longer be a part of our lives. Um, Even the little part that we had of him, that will be gone. I had just graduated, but it was basically coming off the cusp of the shutdown, and nobody was really looking for. I'm a graphic designer. Nobody was looking for a 40-year-old graphic designer. And get this, I'm disabled. No, multiple disabilities. So nobody's looking for a disabled 40-year-old graphic designer at that age, right? And it was just so much going on, like going wrong. It feels like every part of my life I'm losing. Every aspect of my life I'm losing. So one day at 40, I just yelled out, "What is wrong with me?" Like I cried out to the Lord, like cried, like loud. What is wrong? Like it was loud, like as if God was standing in front of me and I was crying out to him. And he heard me. And at 40, he started to reveal the things that I couldn't quite figure out about my life. What is wrong with me? And he started to show me. And that's when I came across narcissistic content and started learning that I had been in several narcissistic relationships. This is why my choice was always the wrong choice. This is why I was always wrong. This is why I was always like, this is where my self hate came from. This is where my invalidation came from. This is where my people pleasing came from. A lot of bad baggage I picked up from being in several narcissistic relationships for decades. And two of the biggest narcissistic relationships was in was my aunt and my cousin, who both I love dearly, but they have done a number on me, right? I've had other, so just like my siblings, I believe my siblings were narcissistic. It's a lot coming off of it. I'm starting to think that um, one of my grandparents was narcissistic, which kind of spawned that generational curse, which I believe, you know, passed on to my aunt. And then I believe that the narcissistic abuse was geared towards my mother. So my mother, growing up under narcissistic abuse, didn't know quite how to love me, though she did love me, but she didn't know how to love me, right? Um, and that spawned into, oh, great, you're so horrible that not even your mother loves you. Not even your child loves you. So this is where my mindset, this is the bondage that the enemy had me in. And I cried out for my Lord. Lord, what is wrong with me? Because this is not normal. This is crazy. And he slowly started to reveal. So that was at 40. So from 40 to 42, I just been like, that's a good 2 years just engulfing and learning everything I can about narcissistic relationships. And when that is like a bandage being pulled off your eyes and you clearly see things, that is when you just want to learn all you can, because now you're hearing stories from other people that, whoa, I thought I was the only one that went through that. Wait, I thought I was the only one that fell for that lie. Hold on. You mean they was able to pull, like, you know how fool me once, shame on me. I mean, wait, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on you. Well, if you fool me once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 10 times, And people are like, wait, hold on. You didn't get a clue after the second time? And I'm like, no, I love them. I just really thought they were coming from. No, they weren't. But you didn't catch on because your love blinds you, right? And people usually just talk about you. But now you're hearing other stories of people going through the same type of things you went through. And now you don't feel crazy, and you're learning the terms. You're learning what gaslighting is. You're learning what narcissistic abuse is. I'm realizing I had been abused. I didn't even know I was abused because I didn't consider that to be mental abuse, but it is when you mess with someone's reality and try to feed them a reality that is not so. Feed them your version of reality. That is abuse. That is mental abuse. I didn't even know I was under abuse, right? So I just been learning all that I can learn. And I have been measuring all my relationships. A person that truly loves me, would they treat me like this? Would they say these things? I know we all are human and make mistakes, right? But on the general, do because in narcissistic relationships, they do repetitive action. It's repetitive that hurt. Just like I got carpal tunnel. It's the repetitive actions. I could do this, right? I could pick up my contact case. I could do that. That doesn't hurt. But the minute I was constantly picking up my contact case, if I was doing this over and over, this is going to hurt. Matter of fact, I worked in a laundry room and we were supposed to hang clothes over and over. Same clothes, hold it, button it up, hang it up, button it up, hang it up. That hurts because it's repetitive. Narcissists as well will take you through the same repetitive motion, cycle, 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 and they will mimic I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, but they're hurting you, hurting you, hurting you, hurting you. They're disregarding your feelings. You can't get a word out. You can't speak your side. You can't nothing. You always just gotta take whatever they dish out and just, just that's it. Chalk it up, swallow it, and let that garbage fester inside of you, right? So I started to be like, what is wrong with me? I'm sorry, it is really hot, and I got the wrong lighting. It's Florida hot. I always say it be feeling like someone ironing my clothes. I have my clothes on and someone's ironing my clothes on me. That's how hot it be. But I'm gonna tell you how I broke free of those two that were so meshed in my life. Now, learning this, you realize that these spirits have been following you um, for more than half your life, right? So they would attach the spirit usually is not just going to attack you outright. It attaches to someone you love. And then that person you love attacks you. The spirit attacks you through that person that you love, which is the narcissist, right? So I'm going to tell you. So, my aunt. Now, y'all know I have that story of why my aunt became so major in my life. And I really believe it's because I wanted a deeper relationship with my mother and could not get it. So, what's better than your mother than your mother's sister, right? Um, so she was going through some time, hard times, and becoming homeless. But these are all, she was becoming homeless from her own doing. It is herself that gets herself into so much trouble. Her mouth that gets her into so much trouble. Her jumping to doing this and then realizing, oh, wait, I might need that person. I shouldn't have stabbed them in their back. That's how she is. So it kind of put her to being homeless. And a narcissist, like people give them chance after chance after chance after chance until one day there's just no more chances. They have burned every plank of wood on that bridge, and now they can no longer cross the bridge, right? So it was coming to that point with me where I was not going to let my aunt cross the bridge with me anymore. I'm done, right? So when she became homeless, she tried to make play on my emotions and make it feel like I was part of the reason she's homeless, right? And then she also, you know how I got that story about when my mother passed and the baggage she laid on me to where I couldn't even really mourn my own mother that had passed. She would say, if my sister, which is my mother, if my sister was here, I wouldn't be going through all of this. Y'all just want to see me homeless. Y'all don't care if I'm homeless. I'm sorry, my throat. She would play that guilt game on me. Hold on a second. She would play the guilt game on me. She would guilt trip me into I didn't have money to help her. She was going to be put out of a trailer home that she had. And it was her own doing. Like everybody literally looking outside in can tell that she's destroying her own self. But when a narcissist destroys themselves, they don't blame themselves. They blame you who are around you. They want to put the blame on you, but they also want you to come in and help them and save them from. I'm just going to stop right here. I'm sorry, my throat. I don't know what's going on, but something stuck in my throat. And plus, I gotta go do my homeboy's hair. I gotta retwist his locks. So I'll finish once I come back. But I'm sorry, it's because I took too long to get into the story. But you gotta understand, there's so many emotions that come into these stories because of finally letting the guilt go from all of these different stories where I thought I was the F fault party and I'm realizing it never was me. All right, so I'm going to continue this. I'll pick up right here. All right, guys, I will talk to you later.